come, let's unbox this package. As you can see, it is still intact. This box from Journal Say that they sent my way. And if you would like to see what all I picked up, let's also do a quick plan with me, a quick spread using some of the goodies in here. What's up everyone, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. As you can see, this is the box that just came. The seal is intact and I will open it with you. And before I dive into this, I just wanted to remind you that my code Priya can earn you 8% off at Journal Say. And let's check out these fun goodies. Thank you, Journal Say, for reaching out to me and letting me go shopping in your store. It was a tough time going shopping and picking and narrowing down the items I wanted, but I'm glad I did. So if you like to see fun spreads and creative ideas to try in your planners or journals, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. You turn on the bell notification so that you wouldn't miss any of those coming. So when you open the package, I just cut into the seal. So when I open, this is what I have. And they have their socials. First, let's take a moment to admire the stunning details on the box. Can you see that? Perfect fall themed one. So that is the box and color coordinated wrapping, the bubble wrap, and they have a thank you sticker right here. So as you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff. So I will move this aside and get to this one by one. I also wanted to mention that if you have seen these, along with my paper trimmer, they are all from Journal Say, and I had picked this up a while back. And I was excited when I got to shop around a bit, and then I picked up some other items that I can definitely use. So first up, I have the scissors. This is wear resistant anti-rust without glue. So you just slide it out and you have this clear handle scissors, and I think this was the very first item I had chosen because a longer scissors is always something we need. It's stainless steel with a 30% thickness increase, so the quality improves quite a lot with that. And I have some of the bigger elements I'm taking out. So this is again the paper clip. Ooh, that's really pretty. You know what this is, right? So that we have. And I also picked up a couple of the smaller ones. So this comes in a pack of 4 if I'm not mistaken, and these are smaller and they're much heavy duty than the other ones. So these could definitely come in handy for all our projects, all the journal spreads that I like to do. So that is our clip. And this is, again, if you know me, I love the stargazer and all those kind of themes. So I just did not want to tear the packaging. Yeah, there we go. So this is the starry sky. And if you can see what's written, keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. So this is again heavy duty, and on this side you have some of those whimsical elements. So I think this was, again, it's kind of heavier than the other metal ones that we see. So this is again another paper clip, and the rest is going to be stickers, PET, and a lot of fun stuff that I can use. So let me just dive into this. I'll grab things one by one. So on to the first pack, and this is the modern feelings and the holiday party. So these are all these girls. So these are all retro characters, book series. So I picked two colors, one in the yellow and one in the red. So there are 40 pieces. I'm sure you have seen a lot of the images, and since I have to go through a lot, I'm not going to be opening all the packages, but I'll have the names linked so that you can get to the items if you are hoping to purchase them. So this is a book series. So I'm just keeping them aside and I'll show you everything at the end. So I went ahead and arranged them in different sets. So next comes this laser, three-dimensional laser silver sticker, holographic, and can you see? So this is the rainstream fish trails. It's more like those puddles that gets formed and the droplets that come. So can you see? Yeah, so we have two of this one and we have the shattered stardust. So this is how these come. So as you can see, a lot of the stringy things and lots of the clusters, the stars and the different celestial forms. Again, you have 3 sheets in each. On to another set of girls. So this is the Southern French relaxation. So it's like a whole bunch of these girls, but in blue dresses. So it's more like a spring theme, more in those kind of colors. The next is the long strip stickers. And these are the vines and weeping willows. Again, this is a whole set of 6 colors and designs. So we have the vines and weeping willows, green leaf fence. So in the back, you do have a sense of what comes in each package. Securing is there. So, but this is how the set comes. So you have 10 pieces, no, 20 pieces. 20 pieces, and these would make for perfect Dutch doors, the horizontal Dutch doors, because you just have to place this and cut around them. So this is the second one. The third is the pink flowers full of branches. So all the different flowers in pink shades. So you have different designs and different flowers, and this is the emerald bird explores flowers. And again, there are flowers and birds in here. Let me just open this. You know, I have a weakness for birds. I was not hoping to open them, but looks like I am. The envelope that seals the products does not want to slide out. So these are the designs. And as you can see, all of them have birds sitting on the fences. Next comes the strange flowers and fruits. So you have all those wines and the fruits in them. So you have a good variety in here. And the next one is the purple flowers in full bloom. So these are the next set. So again, it comes in a set of 6, or you can pick them up individually. The next one are these bubbles, the Dream Sphere Wonderland. That's the name of the series. And you have the sea bubbles. You can see the names written here. You have the cloud bubbles, sunset bubbles, stardust bubbles, dew bubbles, and honey bubbles. So that's again a piece of 6. You can use this in lots of fun ways. So I was really excited when Journal Say reached out and asked if I would love to show off some of their products, and I loved every bit of the shopping experience. So next we have the friendly lamp set. So we have all these designs, those fairies and the garden lamps, that's the whole theme. And you know how I love to bring these in my journals. mostly journals, I would say, especially my reading journal. So these are 15 pieces. So you have a yellow, we have a purple. Again, the colors are not exact, the designs are not exactly the same, but some of them are. So you do get a good mix of designs. Next, we have an orange or a peach color. Again, the designs are slightly different. Next comes the purple. Lots of fun designs here. Some of the packs have fairies in them and some don't. There is no name, but I think the theme is different. I mean, the lanterns are slightly different in shape and in aesthetics. And this is, again, you have the branches and the vines also. I had a similar one which I used in a couple of journal spreads last year, and it was really, really popular. So this is the next set. On to night and stars. So these are like these stained glass lights, the lamps. So you have all these different designs. And again, I will try and link as many of the names as possible so that you can get to the products without any problem. And you do have this green color, then of course the purple. Lots of fun designs here. It can make for really whimsical spreads or even spooky spreads depending on how you combine it with other things. And we have kind of the blue with some pinks and greens and all that. So that's the night and stars. Next up, we have the wooden frame. So we have 4 packs, and you have all these fancy frames decorated with vines and flowers. So again, it has 10 pieces each. Then we have this in some of the fall colors, some of the rustic wooden frames, and we have the retro borders in some of these mushrooms and the wood. And this one is more like a twigs and the birds. Really fun shapes in here. On to the next one, and this is blooming under the moon. So these are these decorative frames with flowers on them. So you do have some variation in the designs and the shapes, but the overall concept is that of frames. So we have this in that beigey color, ivory color. And then we have the retro flower mirror, which is more like the flowers, the roses, and the antique looking frames. Next, we have the secret realm in flowers. Again, these are more of those iris flowers and the vines. And then we have some of the other, I believe they are peonies. And it's called a French manner. So as you can see, these are just die cut. So you can just use it as a frame or as a box or anything. Next, we have Sea of Foam flowers. And it's that powder blue, light periwinkle kind of colors. Then we have some of these softer pinkish and lavender colors, more like the Victorian kind of vibes. And this is the Dream Flower language. Next up, we have some paper. And this one is, look at those. I'll have to open this to see how many we have. We have a good selection. So there are these 5 designs. So let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah, 2 of each. So that will be 10. Look at that. Wow, really mystical. Wow, really pretty. So 2 pieces of each. I was not sure how many was in there, so that's why I opened it. So this is more like that Starry Night Magic one, and this is more of those mystical forest mystical woodland kind of theme. So 2 sheets of each in here as well. And next we have the magic potion cabinet. Wow. So these are 20 pieces. So some are stickers and some are like paper packs. Let's try and open them. It's going to be so fun using them all. What do you say? Let me know how you're liking things so far. And if you would like to see fun spreads using all of these items, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and you turn on the bell notification so that you can be sure you do not miss out on any of the fun setups coming. Look at all those. Ooh, Mystic Girl. Yes. And these are all paper, pattern paper. So far we have had pattern paper and then we have stickers. Let me just grab a piece of paper so that I can show you what exactly it looks. That's the sticker. Really gorgeous details. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but they're stunning. Wow. Such intricate details. And these are pre-cut. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it is pre-cut and you just peel and stick. Can you see that? Wow. Those are totally my kind of vibes with all the aromatherapy stuff. So that is a magic potion cabinet. Open this magic potion cabinet, pick up the secrets belonging to the wizard, and light up an incredible journey of creating scenery. Absolutely. And here comes some fun alcohol ink kind of stickers, and these are in different colors. These are a bit glossy, but they do have some glitter also in them. So you can see this is how it looks when added to paper. So this is the blue, more like a silver with gold speckles on them. And this is the purple with gold specks on them, like a teal or a peacock. So it's a mix of green and blue and purple. Of course, the gold specks are really showing on certain colors. And this is the orange and yellow. And this is the green and blue. Again, you have 10 pieces. So one of each. So that is the whole set. Next up, we have some whimsical themes. So we have the Wonderland world, and this is like the dragons. So you have all of these, especially with some of the fantasy, the romantasy kind of the fourth wing or the iron flame kind of themes. I thought I might want to keep some of these dragons handy. So this is one set, and these are all the images that you get. And I have another set with 20 pieces, so it's 2 pieces, 2 packs of that. So we have the Wonderland world for the dragons, and then we have the mermaid fairy tale, and you have all these mermaids in different poses. So I think it does have that shimmer as well, which I think would be so fun in certain spreads. The next one is a garden messenger, and you have all of these whimsical garden kind of themes, some small and some big, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun playing around with these. Yeah, so next up we have some of the windows, which definitely comes in handy for me for Dutch doors and peekaboo windows. So we have different shapes in here, different sizes. So it's 10 in each, one in each design. I believe this is a pack of 6. So we have different arched shaped ones, straight shaped ones, and You will love when I put these to use. In some, the windows are open. So these are some of the world outside the window is the name of the series. And I think they have 6, and these are the 6 items. The PET tapes. So this is a happy party. These are the Halloween themed ones. I did not pick a lot of the creepy ones. So these are going to be just the bats hanging, and these are going to be just these. So combining them would be so much fun. I'm not removing the packaging here, but this can be combined to form some fun spreads. Next up, we have the old brown print coffee, and you have all sorts of those coffee stains and the coffee drippings and some script on them. So different shapes also available, because I do not drink coffee, so I hardly have any coffee themed ones. So I thought this was one of the interesting things that I've seen, so I just grabbed it. And let me know if you are a coffee person or a tea person. If you are a coffee person, I'm sure you have ample coffee supplies and coffee stickers in your stash. So on to the next one. So this is the night dance party series, the landscape tape. So you have the whole landscape that you can do, and it's going to be those decor with candles and some of the Halloween vibes in there, but not too much. Next up, we have the Forest Night material washi. So I think this is paper, but in a washi form. Wow, this is going to be so fun. I can just roll it out and stick it to create the scenes. Should be interesting. And next, I have some of the sparkling lamps, those string lamps that we see. So different themed ones, some for Halloween, some for the parties, some for the winter. So it's a fun assortment, and I thought these are just the strips, so I can just decorate the edges or even the edge of the Dutch doors. And lots of fun combinations I can do with those. Right, some holiday themed ones also, some fall related ones. You could combine these, and these are some brighter ones. A fun mix. Again, this is the full set. Last but definitely not the least, this is the last set I have, and this is the magician's bookcase. The wines and the bookcase is in all these darker tones, and you have the ivy also. Next, we have some more of those, a bit more of the doodly kind of those embroidered designs. Those are what the patterns remind me of. And this is more like the, again, the embroidery one, but it is more like the kids nursery kind of theme. The next is more like the magic potions, the alchemist kind of vibes. This is definitely the coffee themed one in those shades of browns and beiges. And this is the magic bookcase, the plant lover kind of themes. So let me know what you liked the most, and let me know how you like my goodies. So now let's get to the plan with me using some of the goodies in here. I'm not still sure which ones I'm going to use first, but let me take a moment to think and I will be back. Did you see this coming? As a purple lover, I knew I had to take all the purples out. So here I am with a whole bunch of stickers in the color purple. I really want to use the sticker book also, so I definitely have that out. And this paper, I'm not sure. And I also have a couple of these lanterns and those bubbles and those alcoholic kind of stickers. And the washi tape, this similar themed one, I don't end up using, but I had to have it handy just in case. So I'm taking off the wrapping. And I did not want to kind of damage the tape nor the label on the front, but looks like that is coming off. So I'll have to find a way to just stick it inside the roll so that I'll know what exactly it is. Because a few weeks or months later, I may not remember the exact name, and it gets very hard to kind of link it if anybody wants to get hold of it. So I'm using my B5 journal this time, and I have that paper clip, the Starry Sky one. And I have my usual tools, the self-healing cutting mat and all of that. So for Archer and Olive, my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off every time you shop. And the shop is always linked, so they have some amazing journals also. And I'm flipping through this sticker book slash the paper pack, the combo that we have. That's a very interesting combination. So one place, one sticker book or one booklet, in fact, will have very coordinating elements. So I'm getting hold of one of the bigger pieces, and I want to have a horizontal Dutch door this time. And I'm not sure if I want to do 3 pages or 4. We will start from the front and then go from there. So I'm taking my gyro cut out and using the self-healing cutting mat as always to cut around there. So my process is very simple. If you've watched me in my other videos, that is very straightforward process. And I'm using the bigger scissors now, and I'm trying to use the dots to help me decide the straight line I need to cut in. And I wanted it a bit lower than where I had initially gone. So that is why I'm going to use some of that. Yeah, I did try to take it off, but I think a bit of the cut had gone onto the sticker. So that is why it did not want to come out as neatly as I would have liked. So some parts I'll have to go back and recut. So I think as of now it looks okay, but I may have to go back and do it. And let me know how you like the color and the designs going on here, because if you love purple, I think this is a dream booklet. But if you don't like it or you just don't care about it, then it gets very, I mean, there is no right or wrong, right? It just depends on what you prefer to see in your pages. So this is going to be my back side of the page, or I wanted to see what other elements could go. Yeah, we'll just go with this. I know it's slightly smaller than the elements we have, but we could always come and do some additional decorations around the edges. And let me know in the comments if you have shopped Journal Say before. I know a lot of you who regularly shop use my code and link, and I'm truly appreciative of every single one of you who does that. You take the time out of your day and you're shopping to go through and get my link and then go shop. It truly means the world to me. So every time you do that, I really appreciate that effort and that love and support that you guys shower on me. So I'm just using a few of the florals and some of the clusters. I did not want it to go touch that shelf, but I thought it would be better to kind of make sure that it is decorated. I did not want to go dive into the alcohol distress oxides because that is something we could do. And it was a bit crooked, so I tried repositioning it, and you see how easy it can be done. with absolutely no damage to the paper. And with such good quality products, I'm sure you can just go ahead and make your purchase. So that is on to the next sticker pack. So I also have timestamps for you if you want to navigate through each section or each category. I'll have a very detailed timestamp in the description for you, so that if you want to pick up anything, you can just jump to that section and grab the name, and the link will already be there. And I'm going through each and every product and making sure I have a very, very useful link for you. And with the inventory changing so much, because especially I think at the time of editing when I checked, should we go for this tape? I did not, but then as I thought about it, then maybe now that I see the finished product and what I could have done differently, maybe I should have used those tapes. So I'm getting hold of these bubbles now. So sorry, I interrupted myself. And I was saying that the inventory keeps changing because there is so much stuff that they have, lots of inexpensive items that you can buy. And with the pricing that they have, it's already a good deal. And you can stack my code on top, which is even more amazing, isn't it? And they have some sale going on. So just check out all the sales, amazing products. You can always find something similar, even if you don't find things that are exactly the same, because inventory could change. You do run the risk of that. So that is my next Dutch door, because I wanted to keep it a bit smaller than the other elements, because you will see how the next layer lines up. So this is our next Dutch door, and how stupid of me, or how clumsy of me, you could be nice that way, right? How stupid of me that I decided to cut all around those bubbles, when what happens now is it would just come off straight. But there is always a way to fix it. You know, that's how I roll. Because I think I was just thinking of something and then I was listening to something. So I think I just got distracted. That is the reason why. But it is just paper and stickers and stationery. You can never go wrong with them. So we will come back and fix it now. So let's see what we can do. And we will now cut a couple of those bubbles from a sheet, and we will now have a kind of a mistake fixing episode there. It does happen sometimes. It's not the end of the world. You just make things work. Sticker surgery is nothing new to us. Am I not right? Let me know in the comments if you run into such issues as well. It does happen to me from time to time. I don't say regularly I do bump into such issues, but sometimes I do. And you just work around the problem and move on. That's what you do. So I'm just trying to also see what other colors could go with the shelf with all those potions and the crystals and all that sitting there. So I'm trimming around that sticker that we did surgery on earlier to fix the error in the front page. So here also we will need to kind of secure that part of the casualty. So I'm going to put this down like so, and we will have some part of the sticker that will need to be cut out. And with that small scissors, I think you've seen me use it enough times, and you can resolve the problems that happen, because yeah, you can always cut the bubbles apart and place it as and when that they're needed. So that's our second one, and I think the mistake we had made is now kind of more or less resolved. So now I want a cottage, a whimsical cottage on the farthest page, and I think I'll just keep it to this. And which I think it's the exact same thing, but yeah, I don't think I realized it at that point. It's fine. And we'll go with this cottage. And I'm also trying to see, I think we'll move it to the top right corner. Yeah, so we will remove the backing, and it is really simple that I like to kind of get the placement right and then remove the packaging, because the packaging in the back comes off effortlessly. So once you have the position in mind sorted, then things get a lot easier, because otherwise you're fiddling with the sticker that is attempting to jump onto the page, which happens to me a lot. If you watch me regularly, you know how it happens sometimes. I try to make sure that doesn't happen, but things don't always work the way I like. So you think about how you can not let that happen. So just trying to kind of have some florals at the edge of the page, so that there is like a portion of it seen from the front. And yeah, I think that's good. And you see, we created like a cottage and a scene and a small front yard, and with some flower beds, and kind of going for a whimsical kind of theme. A storybook, a whimsical kind of theme is what I would really love to do. And with these colors, you can never go wrong. And please make sure that you do check out the other setups. So this is the paper I would love to use. And both the girls, I love them to be looking inside the page. So that's why I have the two angles carefully selected. And I'm going to organically rip the edges, because I just don't want to have those straight cuts. So that is I'm going to rip all the four sides. So do it very, very thin rip at the very edges. And there's not much of the detailing that gets lost in such cases. So very, very organic. And you have very interesting patterns going on at the tip. The paper is thick, I must say, so ripping was not the easiest, and that's why sometimes it just comes off, but we did make it happen. And I think I will have, yeah, the girl needs to maybe, yeah, I would rather have that a bit more to the right. Yes. So we will try and position her somewhere there, and let me know how you're liking this. Would you have done things differently? Because I had no idea where I was going with this, except for the fact that I wanted to do something a bit whimsical, a bit the fairy tale storybook kind of themes that I always love to. So, especially for my reading journals and such, I love when I can do that. And I'm going to glue that down using my Tombow Dots adhesive. And next, I do have, yeah, that clip can come out, and I would love to bring some of these wisteria florals at the very top, and we don't have enough to use for the whole 2 pages, so let's just have this small portion in the middle, and that way we will have something in the middle, but it does not kind of interfere with the rest of the design. So I really love how this layering concept worked. I mean, these are all ephemeras, and you could use any of these in your junk journal also. And I think the junk journal concept is gaining popularity. I have not attempted the junk journal because I'm not sure that is for me or I would enjoy it. So as of now, I have not thought about it. I did have a few folks reach out to me and ask why I'm not doing a junk journal, because junk journal is gaining popularity from what I see. So I'm going to cut that small part from that sticker, and you see how easy it is to peel off. I'll just hide a bit of that branch behind there, so it wouldn't even occur to you if I didn't point it out, or now that you've seen me do this, then you might see, but otherwise you would not think it's anything different with the wisteria florals hanging from there. So that is our next layer that is coming in, and I'm going to just have the inky effect to just be there at that part and just to the edge, nothing too crazy. And sometimes you do need to leave some room in the middle, right? I try to see if I can work any of the other shapes or colors in, but I think the lanterns would make the perfect combination. And I could also try and match some of the colors on the left page to be brought in on the right, because there are some deep colors of golden and yellow on the left page. And I will definitely come and see what, yeah, there is some of that blue also. You do get a good mix of, yeah, it's confusing, isn't it? Let me know which ones you may have picked. Aren't they all gorgeous? You do have pretty designs, and I think, yeah, that would make the perfect lantern there. And on the right, first I thought I would just go and hang it at that corner there, but looks like it would look slightly better if you add it to somewhat the center of the page. Yeah, that I think looks better. so you have some place to hang them, right? So I'm using my Pentel pen, the liquid gel ink, and this is a 0.5, and I just made a small chain-like structure there. And on the left page, we'll hang this slightly bigger lantern, and I'm adding a small chain there. And I think it's coming together pretty well. And I have these two mile liners, and I think I will go ahead and just outline along the edges of the dots. Nothing too fancy. And I do a terrible job at drawing the straight lines this way, but I think this needed that pop of color to pull it all together. So let me just put it flat using some Mojo Jojo Plans sticker books, and continuing on onto the other page, and just keeping it simple. And I will come back and add some dotted lines or some patterns along the edges using the Pentel brush pen, not the brush pen, the gel pen again. I have linked all the products I'm using, including all my favorite pens and all the other tools like those tweezers or my gyro cut. All of those are linked below. So I'm going ahead and adding some patterns to the inside and the outside of the colored line. Let me know if you have done something similar. You have a lot going on in some parts. In some areas, you decided to just keep it minimal. I know the colored lines in the boxes are not for everybody, but I think you need to try it at least at times. And I do commend occasionally make full-fledged boxes also using the colored pens, but drawing lines on the actual dotted lines using these colored pens have not been my jam, and I don't like seeing them, so maybe even when I draw it doesn't come out as good. So I just hate myself when I do something and then it gets so messy. I myself hate looking at it. So those things are all trial and error. Sometimes you're just in the mood for that. So today I thought that purple mile liner was the exact thing I wanted. So keeping it minimally decorated at that. And now we need maybe a couple of stickers more to finish it off. So we could bring in one more fairy because yeah, there is nothing in her vicinity except for the girl in the leftmost page. So we will go ahead and add her to this page so that she's visible from here and here. And we have some more of that white space near the cottage. So maybe one of those really decorated lanterns. Yeah, that looks really nice, pretty, and full. It'll take up all that white space there. And I really love all the gorgeous details on here. Yeah, that's really nice, really whimsical. And yeah, let's just finish off the edges and even the lines. We might come and add that border around the edges, keeping it a bit more simple than what we did in the front page. And let me know how you are liking this. And also let me know what your favorite color is and what your favorite theme would be if you were to do a reading journal. And remember that all of these elements that you see can be used in various different ways. And this is just one of the ideas that just came to me as I was flipping through all these products. And I'm filming this as soon as I got hold of the box, so I did not have much time to sleep over any of the ideas that I attempted here. I do have a lot more things that I want to do, and there are a lot of products in here that really need more love. So we will be back with more TLC for all these amazing goodies. And the loudest shout out to Journal Say for sending me these amazing products. I really can't wait to work with you again. And thank you for this fun collab. And with so many amazing products, it was really tough trying to narrow it down to under a certain amount. And if you have not checked out Journal Say, I would strongly suggest you do. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. You do get the sneak peeks of even my craziest of spreads. And that is our last round of finishing touches on the pages. And please find all the names of the products and the links and all of that in the description. And my code Priya10 can give you 10% off at Arch and Olive, where the journal is from. You can have various sized journals there. And even Journal Say, I believe, has some journals, some stamps, lots of other fun products that keeps coming. And you have a great selection when it comes to the variety also. So just picked a few things that I think I will love. That's it. And please make sure that you check out the other setups I have on my channel. There are lots and lots. I just crossed my 500 video mark on my channel. And I'm really, really appreciative of all the love and support that you guys have showered on me. And looking forward to your continued support. So hope you liked today's video. Let me know what your favorite part or favorite component in here was. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.